Rumor, Black Myth Wukong DLC arriving at the end of January 2025. So I haven't really done any videos or anything like that on Black Myth Wukong, mainly just because I haven't played the game myself. I've seen a lot of gameplay footage from people that have been streaming it and been, playing it themselves and giving their thoughts and everything like that. So it does seem like a good game. Like it does seem fun and something that personally I would enjoy because I kind of do like that style of like the Dark Souls kind of games where you do have to kind of face off against harder enemies. I don't mind that at all. The only thing for me is that I don't have Steam. So if I did get it, I personally would want an actual physical copy of the game. And I know that they don't really have that right now. They're just doing digital copies of it. So if it were to come in a physical form, then yeah, most likely I would get it. But other than that, I'd probably just hold off for a little bit. And then we're gonna go ahead and get into the article here. So a new rumor claims that developers Game Science will roll out DLC for Black Myth Wukong at the end of January 2025. Games industry writer Daniel Camilo reported on X DLC for Black Myth Wukong will come out somewhere near the Chinese New Year of 2025. That is right at the end of January, or very soon after. So in the next few months. So within the next let's say 4 months or so, it should be coming. This rumor comes in the wake of Scooper and X user Ignis the Wise claiming back in the beginning of this month that Black Myth Wukong will receive 2 DLCs. He wrote on X, Game Science aims to launch 2 DLCs for Black Myth Wukong before the release of their next game, Black Myth, and I could be pronouncing this wrong, Zhang Zia. If I am pronouncing that wrong, I apologize. The game was meant to have 13 chapters, but they released only 6 long chapters because of the budget. So, reading this, I was kind of curious because I don't really, like I said, I haven't played the game, so I don't really know too much as far as like how the chapters work and everything like that, how long it takes and all that. So I'm curious if it was supposed to be 13 chapters, but they only released 6. Is it going to be one of those things where like the chapters, I mean, the DLCs that they have, is it going to be like 4 chapters and 3? Or is it just going to be like one big chapter, kind of like the way that they made the 6 longer chapters? So that's what I was wondering. And then we'll continue on. So Ingus the Wise have previously claimed in July the company planned to turn Black Myth Wukong into a trilogy, and that development for DLC would start following the launch of Black Myth Wukong. He posted, I recently saw a new rumor about Black Myth Wukong being part of a trilogy. I can confirm that it is true. Game Science filed trademarks for Black Myth Zhang Zia and then Black Myth Zong Zongq. I could be pronouncing that wrong. Zongq. If I am, again, I apologize. They will most likely start developing on both games after the DLC for Black Myth Wukong will be released, he added. And then it just shows the Twitter post that they had posted. So this obviously is just kind of like an older style of Japanese art, pretty much. But for this one right here, I was curious if this was just like some random AI that they generated to post, or if this is gonna be like some type of character design, or if this has something to do with the next game. That's what I was kind of wondering. But we'll see. And then an expansion of Black Myth Wukong was confirmed to be in the works by Bloomberg, who spoke with investor Daniel Wu, the owner of Hero Games, which owns a 20% stake in Game Science. The outlet indicated Game Science will follow From Software and Bandai Namco example with Elden Ring Shadows of Erdtree when it comes to expansion. Game Science is working on an expansion to Wukong, which will give a chance to monetize the game a second time. 2022's Elden Ring, a title with similar playstyle and design, has shown how to release an expansion. This year's Shadow of Erdtree can spur a fresh flurry of sales for the original. And it's one of those things too, because I haven't played Elden Ring yet, and I very much have considered getting it. And so with it, having more DLC and everything like coming out, it is one of those things where it does kind of gives me more of an incentive to go out and buy it. Because I remember when I went to see it, if I'm not mistaken, it was about $40. So it's gone down in price. So at this point, I feel like it would be definitely worth it, especially with the DLC that they have available for it. So it is no surprise that Black Myth Wukong will receive DLC. The game sold 10 million copies in less than a week, with the official account on X toting Black Myth Wukong has sold over 10 million copies across all platforms. So that's awesome. That's a really good thing right there. And then in fact, Bloomberg reported that the game has sold 18 million copies in 2 weeks, one of the fastest starts the global gaming industry has seen. The game holds the record for the most concurrent players in a single game on Steam with 2,415,714 concurrent players. And while the peak concurrent has declined since it hit the peak a little less than a month ago, it is still topping the charts. In the last 24 hours, the game hit a peak concurrent of 680,340 players. And that was third on the Steam DB's most played games based on peak concurrent players in the past 24 hours. It was only behind Counter-Strike 2 and Dota 2. So, what do you make of this rumor regarding? So I think that's pretty cool. I think it's one of those things to definitely look forward to. I like the fact that these types of games, these like Dark Souls games, they have the game itself come out and then this DLC eventually come out like a few months later. I love when games do that. I like when they did that with the Ghost of Tsushima as well, because it does add to it the fact that you are able to get a game that is complete, that is fun and enjoyable alone, and then on top of it have this extra content that is available for you, especially when they don't charge for it. That's the greatest. So I think this is a good thing. I think this is something to look forward to for the players out there who are, who have been playing this game and are into it. And you never know, man. Like I said, hopefully if they do decide to give this a physical release, then I'll definitely look into picking up a copy for myself and then checking it out. And who knows, maybe by that point the DLC will already be out, so it can be, something I can just enjoy right away. So those are my thoughts on that. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Is this something that you guys are looking forward to, a DLC for the game? Have you guys played Black Myth Wukong? And if so, let me know what you guys think of it itself. Is it something worth buying? Is it something, worth checking out? So those are my thoughts on that. If you guys can like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. If you guys have been watching this long, it means a lot to me. And yeah, until next time, Harmonic out. Peace.